Okay, welcome back everyone to our literally Inspectres game. And when last we left off, our group was doing the exciting job of interviewing a possible secretary. How exciting!
Yeah,
Really?
It's mesmerizing.
So, yes.
I am giddy. I can barely control my excitement.
So, you just interviewed Lydia. Would you like to talk about it in-game with your colleagues, or what?
Yes! Yes, they find a very ticked off Stephen.
Oh no.
Hey, Stephen, have a sip of water.
Who is not amused by their the antics of his colleagues, and he's like, "Can you guys not barge in and do whatever it is you think you're doing to..." Then he was this, that's the quotation mark with his fingers, helping in interviewing these new people, okay? That kid, no, not kid, sorry.
Woman.
Scratch that.
Yeah, she's in her early 20s.
The previous applicant was dying of nervousness.
She was
And,
clear.
and I'm pretty sure that your little stunt, Brandy, didn't help that at all.
Randy! Richard, shh, we're on the air.
Yeah, basically a lecture. Nothing interesting happens.
You
You,
get
uh,
lectured.
Yes, they get lectured.
By the way, Richard, if you really are that tired, you can just leave right now. We're not gonna force you to stay.
Yeah, let me do that. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, go get some sleep, Richard. You sound like you need it.
Alright.
Good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Night, bye.
See you later, Richard.
Don't let Nico bite.
Or maybe he likes that.
Oh boy.
In any case, yes, you lecture.
Yes, it is boring and nothing interesting is said.
Everybody's defense
than-
went down.
Yes.
Everybody's defense went down.
Yeah, that's an Earthbound joke. So some of the enemies are like grumbling old men, and they like one of their attacks is lecturing you, and that makes your defense go down. What's your attack? I think your defense.
Okay.
Pretty funny.
So, I saw the girl, pretty nervous, so I thought I'd give her something.
No, you don't barge into job interviews. We're trying to look professional here.
What's
Fish
that?
posh. Fish posh.
I don't need your professionalism, boy.
We are all professionals in our own way, man.
May I just quickly say something, Nico?
Yes, I'm a terrible job interviewer, I know.
No offense, Nico, but your nature is very jokey, and you're trying to play a serious businessman. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I know.
You're constantly cracking jokes, yet your character is like the serious businessman.
Mm-hmm.
So
No
yeah.
fun allowed.
You are a terrible businessman.
I know.
Any case, carry on.
Yes, right, so he's not amused. Doubly so for having his lunch interrupted. So after that lengthy and somewhat boring run, he just goes, I'm gonna go finish my lunch. Then I'm gonna go check the third interviewer, and if you barge in during that interview, I am going to grab that new blaster we designed, and I'm gonna test it on you.
Funny.
I thought you were gonna fire him.
No.
I'm not gonna fire you at you.
Which you can't do, because technically nobody really is the boss, and you do have an
Exactly.
owner, though, which is oddly enough the techie guy,
Yes. Now,
Simon.
Simon says.
Because it was funded with his money, oddly enough.
You're not the boss of me.
You have to think about that for a moment.
Yeah, I didn't say I'd fire you. I just made a friendly remark that I would experiment on our new equipment on you if you still bother my interviewing.
Joke's on him, it's not been built yet. I'll hit you with a bunch of research papers.
Yeah.
Oh, paper cuts.
No. You know what he'll do?
Smash the computer on his head, because that's where all the research is.
Burn the research.
No. That would be stupid, because that means less profit.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Or
if it's
sell
a
the
good design,
research.
you can sell it and stuff.
I am a good businessman. I'll burn our income. Yes.
I'll just destroy all this money just to spite you.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
You fucking idiot.
Okay, guys. So yes, after this lecture, shall we carry on?
Yes, Stephen finishes his lunch, which is less than delicious now because it's cold.
Okay.
Let me heat it up for you. The ectoplastic. No, the microwave blaster.
No, let me heat that up. We have that Burning Man thing in the container unit.
Or you just have, the cremating oven.
Yeah.
Your sandwich
Or
is
the-
not cremated.
Or the furnace. But
Yes.
that's besides the point. Point is,
That is the furnace.
his lunch has been crippled.
Crippled.
It doesn't make him any happier. Certainly.
Want any pizza?
No. I don't know what he had for lunch.
This is-
Something appropriate.
The sandwich.
Yes, probably.
By the way, this is
Typical.
something extremely random for me to say, but just hearing you guys converse makes me nostalgic about Freedom Nights.
Really? Okay.
In any case, because everybody's cracking random jokes and what have you. In any case, it's good to have you back, by the way, Nico.
Thank you.
So, next applicant, you're gonna look at what he sent you?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And this time I'm gonna sit at the reception desk.
Okay. Oh
I'm
no, he's
bored.
gonna scare off potential customers.
Yes. Come on in.
There's ghosts everywhere!
It's all a big conspiracy, man. I'm telling you. That's what it's like.
In any case, the next applicant is called Aaron Chapman. And he's a professional accountant in his late 30s.
He?
Wow.
Yes.
You're hired.
You're fired. No, man.
He hasn't had a very, very varied career, let's say, but he's been working a steady job for like over a decade at like at the local accountancy office. But recently they experienced some financial troubles and they filed for bankruptcy. So now he's looking for a new job. That's basically it.
Okay.
But yeah, he's actually an experienced accountant and stuff.
Well, that obviously ticks many right boxes with Steph, and it's like, oh yes. It's like, well, why won't I just give him a call? You're hired.
Oh, by the way, the letter, the email he sent you was like very formal and stiff, like old-fashioned, let's say.
Shut up and take my money.
You should first have a talk with him.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. And I will be looking behind the two-layered mirror.
Remember, he's mainly an accountant. You don't know if he's well suited to be like a reception person. Not all, yeah.
True.
It's not really the same job.
True.
You're looking for a secretary, not an accountant. But still, he has a lot of the skills, sure. But I'm just saying, don't judge too quickly.
Nico, let's hire the first two. The first one's for free, and the second one doesn't ask much.
Yeah, I never considered that.
Yeah, we'll hire the previous one to do full time, and then the student to patch in when the other one doesn't have the time. Yeah, let's do that.
That is actually what Randy suggests to you. So,
What's up? Business advice from Randy?
Well, even the stop clock is right twice a day, so.
When you look outside of the window, you notice the apocalypse is happening.
no,
Well, that was a weird effect. Your voice sounded like it came from a distance for a moment, and that made your laugh sinister sounding.
Yeah.
No idea how you did that.
Beats me. Does he actually suggest that in character?
Yes, he actually comes sit at you at the table, and he actually says, why don't we hire just the two first? I mean, the first one's for free, and the second one just adds minimum wage, and we're a starting company, so we can always use people to grow into our business.
He looks at Randy slack-jawed. Like, huh? Looks at him slack-jawed for a good while before he gets up and looks out of the window. Notices it is what I assume is a fairly ordinary day.
Cats and dogs together.
Hell did not freeze over because
I'm
I
assuming there are no 4 horsemen trundling along the sky, hurling brimstone on us.
No, not today.
No, we captured them yesterday.
Okay,
they're in another country at the moment.
Okay, well, in that case, he walks back up to Randy and says, "Who are you and what have you done with the real Randy? Where's my ectometer? Where is it?"
You don't have
Drat! Foiled again! Now I must make my devious escape. And he grabs his jacket, puts it in front of his mouth, and runs out of the office.
That seems slightly more in character.
It's all a conspiracy! Tell you, man.
Yeah, I know.
Hire the first two so I can also watch them.
Ooh.
Maybe do some experiments on them.
Go on,
Spooky,
guys.
scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
Go on, guys.
Yes.
It's not a game
It
with
takes
skeletons, at least not at the moment.
it takes a moment for Stefan to regain his composure and actually compute that it was, in fact, his
Colleague?
well, less than business savant colleague who made the suggestion. Is like, okay, we can consider that, but let's have a look at the third applicant first.
Yes. When are you gonna invite him?
Well, it is already Thursday, so
Do it on a Sunday morning just to piss him off.
Yeah, Sunday morning, 8 o'clock. No, that would piss Steven off as well, so no. It is
Monday,
already
8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, the following Monday at 9 a.m.
I hate Mondays. Rah, rah, rah.
He's Garfield. I knew it.
Hey, what's this orange cat over here? What? I'm a professional accountant.
How do you want to be paid? In lasagna.
Honestly,
You're hired.
I would hire. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be
except
a professional accountant who only asks for lasagna.
yeah. But then again, Garfield is exceedingly lazy, so there's that. Anyway, yes, the following
No, it's
Monday.
his cousin Garfeld.
The following Monday.
Yes.
He
Will be there.
9:30 a.m.
Okay. Shall we fast forward?
Yes. I don't think anything interesting happens over the weekend.
It's Monday.
Yes.
Everybody's cranky.
Yes.
Randy's sitting at the reception desk. I hate Mondays.
Are you sipping coffee while you're saying that?
Yes.
Okay.
Funnily enough, because of
Your character's goth, right?
Yes.
Now you have to drink coffee.
Of course.
Yes, Nico?
knowing his colleagues' skills for job application handling, he is also at the front desk, sipping coffee, looking rather gloom, as it is customary on a Monday morning.
Yes.
You want some pizza?
Morning.
Sure, it's always time for pizza.
And then, before you can answer that, the door opens. At 9:30 sharp, he's there. This tall black man with like a neatly trimmed beard, and he wears a gray business suit. And he's holding a briefcase. He looks extremely tidy and orderly, and yeah.
A sharp contrast to the other two, who I believe are in very casual clothing.
No,
very early
Lydia
on in the morning.
was dressed appropriately. Let's
No.
say.
I mean to Stephen and Randy, who are like sort of drooping against a desk with a coffee mug in hand. Like,
wait, actually, all of them were dressed pretty properly.
Yeah, I know. I remember the descriptions. Thank you very much.
I actually think it's funny. They are dressed so very formally, and their bosses are like all
Actually,
casual.
you know what?
And...
The moment he sees you guys, you see like this right eyebrow going upwards.
Well, he's not hired.
Immediately he says, yes, good day. My name is Aaron Chapman. I have an appointment for a job interview with a certain, and he takes a note out of his pocket, and then he says, Mr. Stephen Daniels.
Just as he heard his name, he yawns. He yawns,
Which
takes
raises another eyebrow.
and takes a drink from the coffee mug and says, "That would be me."
Dude, I'm drinking from that directly.
He comes
his
towards
own
you
mug.
and extends his hand.
Right.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Business mode is on. He has had his coffee and he's like dangerously
Yes.
sharp change in mood as he's like, "Yes, very well met," and then he shakes his hand.
Wait,
Although-
it's morning? I've done an all-nighter. No wonder I had the munchies for pizza.
Although,
You notice that the Aaron like raising another, looking suspiciously at Randy, who's talking about pizza. You know, some really
Yeah.
looking around like, where am I? How did I get here? Like, no, a little condescendingly, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
He looks around like, and he looks at everything and he was expecting something else.
More.
something better than prick.
Yeah. So yes, he introduced himself, he shook his hand, and now he's like looking around disappointingly.
If I had a less serious character, I'd go, "Trust me, we've all been there." But because I don't, he's like, looks at Randy and says, and like, motions him to, like, shove off.
Dude, I'm sitting here.
And then he's like, "Yes, and I'm about to have an interview. Now push off."
What? I'm just sitting at the front desk. Go to your office, man. I mean,
You notice him like looking at you too, and then looking at his watch, which looks expensive, by the way.
A vein ticks in his,
no. Randy
forehead.
slides off his seat. He stands up, takes the pizza in the mug, and goes like very, very. How do you say that in English? I would say graceful then. Go like, "I'm very deeply sorry, sir. It's just that I've been doing an all-nighter. You know, our tech doesn't maintain itself. Apologies for my routing. I really need some more coffee. Goodbye."
A lot of eyebrows are raised.
His eyebrows are through the roof right now.
His eyebrows have left the building.
Yes. But you notice the ingenious tactic. We are putting him in a situation where we might be. It may be a business, but it's run by 4 people who are like
Nerds.
with only one of whom has any sort of sense how a business works, and even he isn't a full-time businessman. So.
Yeah.
And suddenly the music from Gravity Falls starts to play.
Well, most of you are like just part-time monster hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he notions the man to take a seat, and then he's like,
Wait,
"Apologies."
where are you gonna seat him?
Places. Actually,
stay in the reception area, or you're gonna
no.
do it to your office?
He notions him to follow, and they make his way to the office, and then he's like, "Have a seat, sir."
That was the correct answer. So yes, he has a seat, he thanks you, and yes, he puts his briefcase down. He opens it up and gets out a bundle of papers. But he doesn't hand you to them, he just holds them.
Steven gets a text from Randy that says, when he's hanging up his coat, also ask him to put that stick out of his ass.
Luckily, he doesn't pay attention to his phone when doing the interview, so he wouldn't notice that.
Alright.
Anyway,
Yes?
he starts like, hang on, let me get into the serious gear again. Alright, so he clears his throat, shuffles some papers around on his desk, attempting to look important, doesn't succeed in that, and finally says, right, now that we've got that little show out of the way, shall we talk business?
Yes, of course.
Excellent. You...
He puts like the paper, he like puts the papers on like the edge of your table, not too far, and then he like folds his hands together.
He's too stiff. Don't hire him.
Alright.
He's an accountant!
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Okay,
an accountant,
alright.
therefore I'm boring and have nothing interesting to say.
Indeed.
Isn't that something from like a Monty Python sketch?
It is.
Yes! I thought.
Straight out of Python. Anyway, of course, he is a bit like, okay, here's someone who ate a lot of all brand cereal for the morning with that stiff of a bowel. But anyway, he's like, I'm assuming this here is your resume, and then he notions a stack of papers.
Yes, of course. Everything's here. Oh, that would, he says no. That are just all my references and some examples of my work, and he like just goes through everything that's basically in there. That's just examples of his work and all of his experience and what have you. He's like super well prepared.
Don't hire him. He's overqualified.
Overqualified and way
too qualified for us.
Way too expensive for us. Alright, he takes the papers if allowed, of course.
Yes, of course.
And
by the way,
then...
looking at them, you feel a little intimidated.
Okay, he's like...
He seems
Okay.
very professional.
Yeah, more professional than we are comfortable with.
Also,
Alright.
you look at some of the numbers of all the company he's worked with. He mentions though that normally he shouldn't hand out those papers, but the company's gone bankrupt anyway, so no harm. And you look at the numbers, and he says you notice that this company, when it was still running okay, it had a huge revenue.
Oh boy.
Lots
What's
of
a revenue?
money.
Ah.
Yeah, that's not intimidating at all. He's like, oh boy. Well, these are all certainly very high-standing recommendations. My good man, he looks them with a little sort of uncertainty in his...
He says nothing at that, he just nods.
Then he is like, I'm assuming you are aware that we are a bit more low-key and a bit less run-of-the-mill than that. Are you comfortable with...
He immediately retorts by saying, I have done some research on the Inspectres organization, and you seem to have... the Inspectors seem to make some considerable profit with what they do.
Yes, the Inspectors as a whole, but we as a standalone branch of the Inspectors...
out of Gamey probably means the main office.
Yeah.
Which is actually a big office.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
Because there's no way our group is bringing in the big buck yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, the main office is for sure, but we as a standalone branch in the Inspectres tree do not quite turn that much revenue at this time.
He raises an eyebrow at that and leans back a little and says, I see.
Wow. And at this point, it's like, yeah, this guy is too good for us.
It would be funny if just backs in and leaves. Oh, good day.
Yeah, he's like, I keep saying him as Ewan. I need to get that out of my head.
No, you're not playing Ewan at the moment.
No, I'm not. Though that would be awesome. Do you have the power?
Kid running a business.
The Nintendo power to run this business? Anyway, back to the matter at hand.
We're now the
right.
Nintendo catchers. Night catchers.
Yes, okay, and then he's like, and as part of the Inspectors, it is our main mode of operation to go out, investigate, and quite possibly contain paranormal phenomena, which means that we might return to the office covered in ectoplasm, singed. We might be carrying a container with a dangerous...
Don't you have a decontamination room?
Yes, we do, but before we get to decon, we are going to have to get there first, the decontamination.
That doesn't seem very reglementary. Sorry for saying so.
You want to get higher or not?
Yeah, it's like...
That probably raises a question, Stephen.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, why don't we do that?
You're trying to give an example of what situation he needs to deal with, and he immediately, like, devalues that example.
Yeah, it's like... Right. So you would be alright if we came in with a very dangerous demon or another poltergeist that might, in a very tiny, almost non-existent really, sliver of chance escape containment and try and get back at us.
If the monster was properly contained according to the procedures stipulated in, and he takes out a paper and he starts like reading the laws and what have you, there will not be an issue.
I can see Nico's face right now like a puppy dog.
No, he knows the law.
Yeah, he is acquainted with it, not like book smart, like, oh, it's that book, it's that chapter of that book.
Actually,
that's on that shelf right there.
The things Aaron is saying at the moment probably make Stephen think, oh crap, maybe we're not up to snuff. What if we get inspected?
Yeah. Yeah, goddammit, now he's not getting hired and might get us fired. Fuck!
Would be funny if you don't hire me. I'll call the cops on you. No, I'm just joking. We're joking too much. Let's carry on with it.
Yeah.
I know what you can say not to hire him. I'm sorry. Like, we can't hire you because of what you just said. We're probably going to get fired ourselves.
Yeah.
You're not hired because we're filing for bankruptcy.
I'm sorry, we can't hire you because we couldn't possibly support the old brand to keep you like stiff like that.